Okay, very quick follow-up today on the question of what the Democrats should be doing or what they shouldn't be doing, and whether they failed us or whatever. That the realistic depiction is that they don't have enough votes to push things through, and that is the case. I agree, but it also takes a certain kind of naivete to believe that somehow our democracy is not already in peril. And I don't know. We have all these executive orders coming out of nowhere. I don't know, 1,000 of them by now, and everything is being put in place for the law to be completely disregarded, actually. And I'm not sure what people in Congress can do at this point if they want to change things. There is a question that arises in my mind as to when we actually know whether we are still living in a democracy, because there's no martial law, nothing has been happening on the streets, we are not faced by guns, nobody's out in being outgunned. It happens slowly, and through decrees. And I don't want to compare this whole thing with a 1930s Nazi regime or anything like that. I think that might be a little bit overblown, but democracies do falter and they do fail. And for anyone to think that this cannot happen here, this country is only 200 and some years old, so everything is in its infancy to begin with. And I do believe it can happen here, and it can be, democracy can be undermined from the inside. And I see things happening now with these executive orders. Everything is being put into place, and the only thing that is needed now is for some incident, false flag incident, whatever, some sort of terrorist attack to happen, for everything to become law under these executive orders. And this administration can essentially say to anybody, once such an incident occurs, that the Constitution is suspended, without saying so, without coming out and saying so, but saying, okay, you can't do certain things anymore, you can't assemble peacefully because it's a national security threat for you to stand on street corners, and you can't publish certain stuff on the internet. You won't be able to watch foreign news channels because that undermines national security. You are aiding the enemy by doing this, and for the time being we will probably have to suspend the election process simply because we have to keep our citizens safe. And I can really see this happening, and more I'm not only disillusioned, but I'm a bit scared. And I'm not some conspiracy theorist or anything like that, but I've seen it happen in other countries, and that's the way it happens. It happens slowly, and not with a big bang, but everything is set up beforehand, like the enabling acts, during the 1930s in Germany, and none of that happened overnight, and it all came about slowly. And while I don't like to make comparisons with Nazi Germany here, the situation is very, very different. But when somebody like what's his name? Paul Craig Roberts. You know, I mean, this guy's was an assistant secretary for Treasury in the Reagan administration. I mean, this is not some leftist guy. And he's raising the alarm bells. He's saying we have to impeach before it is too late. And he wrote articles, I don't know, he was some editor for the Wall Street Journal, and he is constantly raising the alarm bells. And I don't view him as, you know, some unreasonable person, some conspiracy theorist. I think people are just too naive to think that democracy in this country cannot be undermined from within. I think it can happen anywhere. And I think we are right about at the threshold now. And, you know, for anybody to believe that this is just going to blow away, it's very dangerous. And impeachment needs to happen, because once we start a war with Iran, it'll be too late. And I don't know what else will happen. It's just the prospects are just too terrible to even imagine. And so we have to be all on board with this. And, you know, that's the only way. That is the only way, peaceful way. That and striking and not going to work in order to foster some civil disobedience here, because if we don't do this, I'm afraid it's going to be too late, and they're going to create some incident here to where some patriotic sentiment or semi-patriotic sentiment actually is being fostered, and we're all afraid again, and we're all afraid of the terrorists, and it's all going to go south. You know, it's all it all takes on its own life from there, and then we will be living in a totalitarian society, I'm afraid. And it's a very serious thing to contemplate. Totalitarian societies are not always violent. You don't always have martial law, you know. But after having visited a few of them, life is very different. You have no idea what it's like to live in a totalitarian society. For one thing, you won't have YouTube, you won't have the internet, you won't be able to read certain books, you won't be able to talk to certain people, and people tend to disappear and you never hear from them again. Okay, just my thoughts for tonight. Bye.